Hey friends, this is Kim from My Feather Nest and welcome to my channel. So this is going to be a different type of video than you're used to seeing from me, but I really wanted to get this out. We just took a family vacation to Disney World and it was so much fun. It was the first time that we have been in 7 years, and so I thought it would be kind of fun to just show you guys a haul, things that I purchased at Disney World, and give you some money-saving tips if you're actually looking into going. I'll give you some of the tips that I used. A disclaimer, I am by no means an expert at saving money at Disney World. Like I said, this is the first time that we have been in 7 years, and I am sure that there are a tremendous amount of other people out there that can give you even better advice than I can, but I'm just going to give you a couple tips. Maybe they're going to be things that you have never heard of before, and that's what I'm hoping for, so that you guys can maybe think about taking your families to Disney World. It is just such a magical place. I absolutely love it. I am ready to go back like right now. My kids really enjoyed it. So we ended up getting our tickets through undercovertourist.com. And I will try to link everything that I'm talking about in the description box if you need to check these things out more. I am not being sponsored with this video whatsoever. This is just my own personal opinion. Getting tickets through them, it was great. It saved me a little bit of money. It wasn't a huge savings, but hey, a savings is better than no savings at all, right? One of the things that I had decided this year is we were not going to buy the dining plan. And we also knew that because it was so expensive to dine at Disney, we had decided that of course we're going to eat breakfast in our condo. Super simple things, Pop-Tarts and cereal bars and cereal and oatmeal and stuff like that. And then my husband actually bought a backpack cooler. Unfortunately, I do not have the, he has it somewhere here, but I don't have it to show you. But I had a joke about my husband. We called him Franklin. You guys, I don't even know if they have that cartoon on anymore, but it was like the little turtle. Well, we kept calling him Franklin like the whole entire week because that's what he looked like. He had this little Franklin book bag cooler on, but that thing was a lifesaver. It was awesome, and he said it was pretty comfortable. I do know that at the beginning of the day, of course, when it was heavier, you know, of course it was a little bit more straining on his shoulders, but as the day progressed and we were digging more and more things out of it, it kept getting lighter and lighter, and so he said it was a breeze, no big deal. So I will try to link that in the description box as well. I also, for me, I ended up buying, I brought my big, huge camera. I just couldn't bring just like my phone to take pictures with. And pictures are extremely important to me, and so I wanted to make sure I was getting really good ones. And so I brought my big old camera with like 2 lenses, which honestly, if you can break yourself from not doing that, it would be a lot better for you, but I couldn't. So I actually ended up buying a book bag for my camera, and it had like little compartments in it to where it kept it nice and secure. And plus, because I didn't have it completely filled, I was able to put like my wallet in there and other things and stuff like that that I needed, and so it gave me some additional storage as well, and I will try to link that in the description box as well. It was very inexpensive, like around $20 or whatever, so it worked great. We bought a lot of Uncrustables, and we bought cheese and nuts and granola bars, and we even had some Go-Gurts and anything, you know, that is going to be a good snack. Anything that was very easy and, you know, pre-packaged. So I didn't buy, you know, of course you could be even cheaper and package up your own things in Ziploc bags, but we just kind of figured we were already saving money doing it that way, so we just bought some convenience items. We had cookies and whatnot, so that worked out great. Of course we carried waters, and we bought some of those flavor, like those, you know, those little powders that you can buy, like the Kool-Aid or whatever, and we used them to flavor our water if we got sick of drinking water. Okay, so anyway, when we got there, our first stop was heading to the Super Target. I actually was gonna go to Walmart, but we found the Super Target. Who doesn't love Target? So we stopped there. So that's where we ended up doing all of our grocery shopping for the trip. So this is going to be moving on to another big time savings that we did. So we decided up front that we were going to go ahead and try and purchase a lot of our souvenirs at places like Target and Walmart. I had heard before that the Walmarts and Targets in the Orlando area had really big sections for like souvenirs. And so that is exactly what we did. And that is where the haul part of this video comes in. Let me show you a couple things that I purchased so you can kind of see some of the things. Okay, so one of my favorite things that I purchased was from Target. Okay, these mugs. I love these mugs. One says mom and one says dad, and of course they say Florida on them as well, but they have the Mickey and the Minnie ears. They're really a nice big size. They're very thick, and I absolutely loved them. I believe these were about a little less than $10 a piece, and so I fell in love with them. I thought they were just absolutely the cutest things. I love some coffee mugs, and I love things that say like Mr. and Mrs. or Dad and Mom. I knew I couldn't get my husband to wear like a dad shirt, although I tried. He will be using the dad mug. And so, I purchased some clothing while I was at Target and Walmart. And this is, I'm just kind of showing you these things just so you'll get a kind of an idea of what type of things you may be able to find. So I thought this was really cute. Hopefully I can get it all in camera frame there. Yeah, anyway, so there it is. And it is a 3/4 sleeve raglan style t-shirt. Let me see, tank top. And I believe this one came from Walmart, and this was very inexpensive as well. It's cute. It's just this little gray, and it's got this like little cutout around the neckline. So I ended up buying a sweatshirt, and I really like this one. It's just plain. It's black. I got this one from Walmart, and it has the Mickey on it. But what I really liked about it, if you can see it, is I know it's going to be a little hard to see. Anyway, it's got this like crisscross right there at the neckline, and I really liked that, so I thought that was really cute. And like I said, we did purchase my children some different clothing items and stuff like that as well. So much cheaper in the parks. You guys, I'm gonna be honest with you though, it was really hard for me to resist wanting to purchase like one of everything when we were at those stores. One of my favorite things was actually just going and shopping in the stores because they have so many cute things, like super cute. And of course, when you're comparing like shirts and stuff like that you can find at Target and Walmart compared to what they have in Disney parks, obviously they're not going to have as cute things at Target and Walmart. However, that price, I just couldn't justify it. Like, I found this one really cute sweatshirt and I absolutely adored it, but it was like $65, and I couldn't do it. Even though I wanted to, I couldn't. So I really resisted. We did purchase a couple things there, and I'll get to that in just a second. Hey guys, sorry, I had some technical difficulties with my camera, so I actually had to wait till the next day, hence different shirt, so on and so forth. Anyway, I'm not sure exactly where I stopped, but I'm going to just roll on with it. So another thing that I want to talk to you about is picking up some things. I told you about the food and going and trying to find souvenirs at Target and Walmart. We also went to Dollar Tree and we picked up a bunch of the glow bracelets, the glow necklaces, stuff like that, because obviously at night during the fireworks shows and stuff like that, they're really trying to sell a bunch of the light up things, which are super cute, but they're also super expensive. My kids were happy with just having stuff like this. It just makes it fun and festive or whatever. I mean, obviously you could just say, no, we're not getting them because they're expensive, but what fun is that? So anyway, I just wanted to point that out. Another fun thing that I picked up from the Dollar Tree, they have periodically these tote bags. I had picked up several of them. I think I got one with Tinkerbell on it as well. These were really fun. We took them with us, and we put all of our souvenirs in them on the way home. We were actually there for the Halloween party, and so you actually could have brought this to trick-or-treating as well. We didn't, we just used the bags that Disney World provided. Okay, so, oh, one other fun thing. Now, I totally forgot to do this. However, last Christmas, I knew that we were going to Disney World this year, so last Christmas at Walmart, I found this, is it Tsum Tsum? Some Tsum Tsum, I guess, is what it is. Anyway, it is a countdown to Christmas little thing, and I guess, yeah, on the back it shows you. When you open it up, I think there's a little Tsum Tsum in each of the little compartments. So I was actually going to use this for a countdown to our Walt Disney World trip. Totally forgot that I had it. So those of you that maybe have a trip planned, maybe you want to check out Walmart or places like that and maybe look for something similar. I just thought it was super cute. And you know, of course, a lot of them are in, I'm looking at it now, and they do have like little scarves on and Santa hats and stuff like that, but it's still cute. It's related to Disney. I thought it would be a lot of fun. We're probably going to use this year as a countdown to Christmas. So there's that. Okay, now, All right, so now we're in the parks, right? And it's hard to resist the super fun souvenirs and clothing and stuff like that they have in the parks, but the price tag will kind of stop you in your tracks for the most part. However, we did splurge a little bit. Okay, you see my ears? Disney World is awesome because it is probably one of very few places that as a grown woman, you can get away with wearing big, huge bows. Guys, I love big bows. I love big hair and I love big bows. It's just so much fun. So I'm gonna go all out. So these ears are actually just cheap ears that I purchased from Walmart. They were actually, I think, in the toy section with like Minnie Mouse dress up stuff. So they were really very inexpensive. The new thing that they have this year, I only found 2 stores in all the parks that sold them. And that was the really big, I can't remember what it's called, maybe like Mouse Gears or something like that store at Epcot, as well as I believe the Emporium at Magic Kingdom. They have these bows and they are interchangeable. They sell the headband that comes with a black and silver bow for $30 and then the bows were $17. So I really wanted the headband, but I told myself no, so I just purchased this. If you can see it, it's so stinking cute. It is the Queen of Hearts bow, and do not look at this gray hair that I gotta dye, just saying. Anyway, so I purchased this. My one daughter purchased this super cute Jasmine, and my other daughter purchased the Maleficent. And they had a couple others, but I thought these 3 were definitely the all-time cutest. I probably wore this the whole entire time that I was there. My girls wore theirs as well. And actually my girls didn't even wear theirs with headbands. They just put their hair up in messy buns and just clipped the bows onto their messy buns. And so they looked super cute. And okay, so that was another thing. Another thing that we wanted to do ahead of time was, well, not ahead of time, but when we got there, the penny press machines that they have all over the parks. We had never heard of this the first time we were at Disney, but during all my searching before going, I learned about this, and I was supposed to be really organized and have a bunch of quarters and a bunch of nice pennies all organized. I didn't, but I gathered up some when I was there, and so we purchased one of these penny booklet. It holds your collection. I think these are like $11 or $12, and there is space for tons. I'm gonna be honest with you. You can see that we did not get very many filled. If I would have been more organized, I think, and had my stuff ready, it would have been, I would have loved to have, because my 3 younger children were the ones that really got into it. And so they each had their own booklet. And then, like I said, we found penny press machines, and every time we would find them, we would let them press a penny. But it was just one more thing. I will tell you, it's really super cute, but if you're short on time, you may want to skip it because it's just one more thing to do. Or my hot top suggestion, make sure that you get organized and have, I noticed someone on Pinterest put like the little M&M minis, the containers, put all your quarters and like put them in one of those M&M minis tubes, and then maybe get your pennies and put them in another one. That would have made life a lot easier. So there's that. Okay, so another thing that, oh, as far as snacks go, we purchased a popcorn tub, which was $10, and of course we got to keep the little container or whatever. And then all through the parks, you can carry this all through the parks. We carried it every single day. It actually, the little thing clipped off, and I clipped it onto my backpack. It's very lightweight. It's not like it's hard to carry. And then every time you want a popcorn refill, it was only like $1.50. And so that was a really cheap snack. We're still buying something. There's that. Okay, and so I think last but not least, one of the biggest things, like actually the biggest souvenir that we splurged on was Disney pins. Now let me just tell you guys, we are Freako family with these pins. We absolutely love doing these pins. Trading them and just collecting them, and just, that is just one of the highlights of our trip. It was the last time when we went like 7 or 8 years ago, and here it was again this time. Now mind you, there's 6 of us, and so every person had a lanyard, which I did buy cheap lanyards at Target. However, I will tell you that mine had a hook in the back, and it like popped a couple times, and so I did end up purchasing a nicer lanyard from Disney World. So anyway, this was my necklace, and as you can see, or my lanyard I should say, my lanyard, if I could ever get this thing adjusted right for you to be able to see. Anyway, my lanyard is just super, completely, absolutely full of Disney pins. And anyway, looks like I'm missing one. No, I'm not. Anyway, so what we did was, like I said, we had the lanyards when we went to the park, and we purchased some starter kits. You can purchase them. I think the cheapest one is like 7 pins, and I think it's like $30. And of course, you always want to get pins that you don't really like, because if you really like them, then it's going to be hard to trade. So we, I think, ended up purchasing everybody, I think at least, was it 2 starter kits? So that was like $60 per person doing that. I know that's ridiculous, isn't it? Especially when there's 6 of us. And yes, me and my husband totally got into trading pins too, just saying. But anyway, well, I had always, before we went, I really wanted to get on eBay and buy a lot of pins, but I got worried because I had been reading some reviews about people selling these scrappers and maybe they weren't tradable. I still don't know about that. But I will tell you that we were so nutso about our pin trading that my husband found on Craigslist a man that he does sell lots of tradable pins on eBay, but he also says that he'll deliver them to your resort. Anyway, my husband actually, we ended up just driving to his townhouse and we met him, and so we ended up purchasing 100 pins for like $70, which may sound ridiculous to some of you, but if you only knew how much we got into this, and it was a lot cheaper doing it that way than purchasing more starter kits from the Disney, from the parks. So I will try to leave his information in the description box as well, just because it was a very easy transaction. All the pins that we traded that he gave us, we kept some of them because some of them were really cute, but we had no problems trading any of them. Anyway, it just really added, it was just a really fun souvenir. And like my husband said, it shows individual. We actually did pin trading the first time that we went 7 or 8 years ago, and we looked back at our old lanyards, and it's kind of neat to see what the kids were into at that time versus what they were into now, this time. So anyway, that's really all the tips that I can really think of to tell you. And like I said, I'm no expert. Google, or I shouldn't say Google, I should say YouTube, YouTube and Pinterest ideas for saving money at Disney and different